Hi friends, today the holiday baking continues and I am sharing one of my most favorite family recipes with you guys. This is my Aunt Opals Pound Cake. Now, before I start, you're gonna think the ratios that I'm telling you are ridiculous. So just listen, it's the holidays, it is not the time to be health conscious, okay? It is the time to eat delicious baked treats, and this is what I am making you. So I've made this a million times, not one person has ever complained about it. It's perfect and delicious, and you'll see what I mean in a minute. So this is an old recipe, you'll see by the ratios. So new recipes, you know, they have the butter and the sugar kind of lower. Older recipes, they didn't worry about that so much. It was just more butter, more sugar, more goodness, which there's nothing wrong with that in my opinion. So, all right, for the pound cake, we are starting out in my mixing bowl. You can do this by hand, I guess, but it's best if you have at least a hand mixer. You don't have to have a stand mixer, but a hand mixer would be good. So I have in here, this is my butter and my cream cheese. So I just beat it for about a minute. It was softened, all of it is softened. So I beat it for about a minute until it's well combined and pretty fluffy. I don't know if you guys can see that. So this is 1.5 cups of butter, and which is 3 sticks, and an 8-ounce block of cream cheese. So that's where we're starting out. Can't go wrong from there. All right, make sure I'm locked in here. All right, so to my butter and my cream cheese, I'm going to add in the sugar and the eggs. So you want to do this gradually. So I'm just going to turn this on low, and we're adding in 3 cups of sugar. I told you. But that means there's no way this cake can be bad. It's going to be amazing. So we're going to turn this on, and we're going to add in the sugar, 1 cup at a time. So you want to just give this time to mix together so that it just stays out really fluffy and delicious. And you want to give a second for that sugar to cream in with the butter and kind of get incorporated. You'll hear it, it's kind of like gritty almost, and it'll stop after a second, and then you know it's okay to add some more sugar. So this pound cake is my Aunt Opals pound cake. So it's my great aunt. It's actually my dad's aunt. She's no longer with us, and she was the sweetest woman. And for my dad's side of the family, every year we have a huge Christmas party with everybody. So my grandpa's one of 7, and all of their families come together and we all have a Christmas party. This is up in Michigan where I'm from. So she knew how much I loved this pound cake. So everyone would bring a dish to the party, and she would always bring this pound cake. So she would bring 2 pound cakes. She would bring 1 for the party, and then she would make 1 and keep it and give it to me to take home. She loved me. Oh, she was the best. So this mixture is just getting nice and fluffy. So this is our 3rd cup here. Let me just make sure I get enough. All right. Okay. We got our 3 cups. Get this out of the way. All right. So I'm going to add in a couple teaspoons of vanilla while this is mixing. 1, 2. I never really measure vanilla. And to this I have 6 eggs. That's right, 6 eggs. I crack them in here. You want to kind of add them 1 at a time, also just to kind of give everything time to like properly incorporate. And this is looking so good. I'll show you guys the mixture before I pour it in, don't worry. So once the sugar is mixed in, then we do eggs 1 at a time. And it doesn't need too long with the eggs. You just want to wait till it breaks up and starts to mix in, and then you know it's okay to add the next one. It's getting so nice and fluffy. And after this, we're going to add our flour in. This is sifted flour. So again, you just want, I mean, pound cake is a denser cake, but by doing this like gradually and not mixing everything all at once, you just give it a chance to incorporate and get a lot of air in there and just make it like really fluffy and awesome. We're getting there, don't worry. I love making this pound cake, especially around Christmas. It's just a really good, I mean, I love making cookies. I'm a super fan of cookies. So I always make cookies, but I also do make this pound cake because it's nice to have, you know, a little something different to offer people for desserts. All right, so our eggs in there, and now I'm gonna do a half a teaspoon of baking powder. Toss it in, and then we add in our flour until we're well combined. So this also you want to do gradually. A little bit at a time. Okay, so all my ingredients are in here mixed together. This is nice and fluffy. It's looking perfect. So I'm just gonna scrape off the extra here. And I have my bundt pan greased and floured. So we're gonna pour this into the bundt pan, and you definitely want to make sure you don't want this cake sticking. That's for sure. So get this out of here. Muscles. All right, now, I mean, wait till you see this. I'm so excited, you guys, I love this. All right, now, let me try and make some space here so I can show you guys. Now, grab my pan. I have my bundt pan, I greased and floured, so if you guys can see. You're gonna need about maybe like a good tablespoon, even 2 of butter, or shortening if you have it. That's so southern. But you want to rub it all over the entire surface of the pan. I mean, I guess you could use a flavorless oil like canola oil or something if you want to do that, but I've always used butter. It's up to you. So do that, and then I poured in about a 1/4 cup of flour, and I just kind of, you just kind of want to turn it over. You want to keep hitting the sides just to kind of get it all coated, and then do it over the sink because it's a mess. And then you can turn it upside down and kind of do a couple knocks on it just to let all the excess flour out of there. So now we're ready. And this batter's just like luscious. I think that's really like the only word that you can use to describe it. So good. Look at that. All right, so I have my oven on. It's gonna bake at, let me check, 325. We're going at 325 for an hour. It could take up to an hour and 15 minutes depending on your oven. Check it at an hour, and then when a toothpick or a knife or something comes out clean, then you know it's done. Now, don't be afraid when you bake this because the outside edges do get pretty tan. This is not going to be like a golden brown crust on the outside. So don't freak out and think that you have burned it or you've ruined it or something. The edges will be a pretty dark golden. So you'll see when we come back once this is all baked. So I'm gonna bake this, and once I pull it out of the oven, we'll come back and I will show you guys. We'll cut into this beauty. I'm gonna smooth it out here. So excited. Sorry. Okay, 325, 1 hour. We'll be back. We are back. My cake is done. It's still a little bit warm, but I'm too excited and I have to eat it right now. So I baked this for about, it's about an hour and 20 minutes, maybe a couple extra minutes. It just depends on your oven. And I was using a stone, so I think it kind of distributes the heat a little differently. So that's why I say check it after an hour, just in case, just to make sure. So see what I mean though? It's pretty dark. It's pretty golden. It's not like a light blonde, but don't worry. It's not burnt. It is perfect. So, I'm so excited. All right, I'm gonna cut a big piece. I can show you guys. I just let this, I let it cool in the pan for, I don't know, a few minutes, and then I just flipped it out upside down onto this. And since I buttered and greased it and floured, it just popped right out. Because see, like this is the presentation, so if it sticks, it's not gonna look so pretty. It's still smoking. It's warm. Oh my gosh. I'm so excited. All right. Like the texture of this is so awesome. I'm gonna bring it close so you guys can see. It's just like, oh my gosh. So pound cake is like that really dense texture, but it is still like so fluffy and delicious. It's got the cream cheese and all the sugar and eggs. Oh my gosh. And during Christmas time, I usually eat cookies and pound cake for breakfast. Because why not? Man. This pound cake comes out perfect every time. And it tastes, don't you love when you eat something and it just takes you right back to when you used to eat it a long time ago? Okay. I'm not gonna eat this whole thing right now. I'm gonna eat this piece, and then I'm gonna take a few pieces to some people for a little gift. But you guys have to make this because you're gonna love it, and so is everybody else. But just look how spongy this is. It's so fluffy. It's perfect. You guys, don't miss out on this. Head over to the site, get the recipe, make it, let me know what you think. All right? And I will be back next time with another holiday treat for you. All right? See ya.